Hello, everyone. Welcome to the closing ceremony of the PromoMoon 2025 competition. My name is Oleg Vinskovsky. I am with Yuzhny Design Office of Ukraine, representative for Europe, and I'm also a senior advisor to the Moon Village Association. I am very honored and pleased to be a moderator of today's event, which culminates already the fourth edition of the PromoMoon, a joint initiative of the Yuzhny Design Office of Ukraine and the Moon Village Association to honor Dr. Alexander Degtyarev. All the 45-year career of Dr. Degtyarev is inextricably linked to Yuzhny Design Office, where he raised from an engineer to the general designer, general director position. He is remembered, among many other things, for his outstanding contribution to bringing Yuzhny to its international prominence, in particular thanks to the company's participation in the international projects Sea Launch, Land Launch, Dnepr, Antares, Vega, Cyclone 4, and many others. But he had a special passion, a passion for the moon. He was able to see the big picture, and under his guidance, Yuzhny developed a vision of the moon industry and research base, even before the Moon Village concept was elaborated and presented to the general public and to the experts. Importantly, he also suggested how multiple Yuzhny technologies could be applied for Moon's peaceful exploration and utilization. And it was only natural that our company became one of the first MVA institutional members, and Dr. Degtyarev served as a member of the MVA Advisory Council. With that, let me tell you that this event is organized in the framework of the International Moon Day, another important initiative by MVA, supported by the United Nations. Now, let me introduce our participants today. I start with Giuseppe Ribaldi, President of the Moon Village Association, Senior Advisor on Space Policy, Director of Human Spaceflight at the International Academy of Astronautics. Hello, Giuseppe.
Hi, Oleg. Thank you.
Maxim Degtyarev, General Designer, First Deputy General Director of Yuzhny Design Office, candidate of Technical Sciences, member of the MVA Advisory Council, member of the International Academy of Astronautics. Hello, Maxim.
Hello.
Now let me introduce the MVA experts who took part in the evaluation of the project proposals. I start with Christophe Bosquillon, founder and CEO, Autonomous Space Futures Limited. Hello, Chris, welcome. I should mention also three other MVA experts who are not with us today, but took part in the evaluation process. Christophe Bonal, Senior Expert, Maya Space. François Dubrul, CEO, Cosmosis, a company in Singapore. And Satoru Kurozu, MVA Moon Market Development Coordinator. Now I would like to introduce a big group of the Yuzhny experts. You can see them now on the screen. Gennady Osinovy, Head of Yuzhny Design Department, Research and Development of Technical Means, Missile and Air Defense Systems Countermeasures, Precision Weapons and Moon Exploration. Irina Husarova, Leading Specialist at the same department. Christina Kozis, Junior Specialist at the same department. Alexander Bednik, Head of Group of Yuzhny Design Department, Development of Space Launch Systems and Launch Vehicles. Evgeny Yermolenko, Head of Yuzhnoye Department, Marketing and Strategic Planning. Andriy Pustovgarov, Head of Yuzhnoye Design Department Sector, Development of Launchers and Space Launch Systems Ground Infrastructure. And Dmitro Chromyuk, Head of Design and Engineering Department Sector, General Assembly of Liquid Rocket Engines, Propulsion Systems, Onboard Power Supply Sources, and Advanced Search Developments. Now, before the introduction of the winners, you have seen them already in the short video starting our session. I would like to tell you that in total we received 19 projects, and it's a record by far so far. And in those projects, 22 different countries were represented as participants. And first, out of the 19 projects, 7 were down selected for the shortlist. And finally, we have got those 3 winners that you already know. And now I have a chance and the pleasure to introduce them in more detail. So we start with the team from the Institute for Problems of Material Sciences of the National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine. Grigoriev Oleg, Vedel Dmitro, and Kraev Maxim. Can we see the guys right now? At least Dmitro as a team representative.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Dmitro Vedel. I'm the head of the team that submitted this proposal in this event. And my colleagues also, Oleg Grigoriev and Kraev Maxim, they made a lot of work and support our team in this event, etc. And also in the idea and create a new material for the moon and create a new approach to use the resources to obtain the pure material from the moon. Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dmitry. You will have a chance to introduce your team a little bit later and together with your project. We move to another winner from the United States, Arizona State University. We have a group of students, Molik Solanki.
Hello, everyone. My name is Molik Solanki.
It's okay, Molik. It's okay. For the time being, it's enough. Arpan Vora. Arpan Vora is around the table, the virtual tape, as far as I know. But if not, okay. Enui Shao and Arbaz Khan. Okay. And we move to the third winner, which is from Germany, another group of students called Moon Experts, Walter Gemasmer. Hello, Walter.
Hello.
Also in the team, Malte Eckermann, Johann Flach, Kjeld Brandstetter, Sebastian Scholl, Karen Brosterhaus, Omar Abu Kuta, Jacob Gellen, Tihan Nizavets, and Max Tirdatov. Okay, so we have finished a formal presentation of the participants. And now I would like to give the floor for the address to Giuseppe Ribaldi, MVA President. Giuseppe, please.
Okay, so first of all, good morning, good afternoon to everyone. Of course, people attending here around the globe. We hope with a lot of people. So let me start first by thanking, of course, Yuzhnoye organization. You've said it all, Oleg. We have been working together with Yuzhnoye since the very beginning with Dr. Zakhariev, which was indeed a very strong supporter when we created the MVA organization. I will say a few words about the MVA in a moment in 2017. But then, of course, they have proposed to us and they have been part as institutional members. They still are a very strong participant. But with the PromoMoon course, they have shifted the gears because then we have created a special relationship with them. And this is the fourth year of cooperation with them in a very complex, I would say, political situation, and the appreciation, therefore, is even much more because of the present and the past situation. So really, I would like that all of us think for a second the complex situation in which the organization has been and it still is, and appreciate 10 times more what a normal organization would do to organize this event. So really, a special thank for the effort, for the dedication of all the people. So I think that's an important. Then, of course, on the part of the International Moon Day, you said that indeed this is an event which is part of the International Moon Day, which has been proposed by the Moon Village Association to the United Nations back in 2021, and happens to be also the fourth year of the International Moon Day. So PromoMoon, the International Moon Day, they have the same age, if I can say, the 4 years. So, and the other day we were in Dubai, where we had the main event. And so this event happens in different parts of the world besides Ukraine. This is one of the 45 events around the world. And we just recently announced the extension of the submittal of events. So even our winning teams, which today they are participating, they have a chance to organize IMD event to present their project. So this is a clear invitation for you. You have time till the 31st of October. So plenty of time. This will be definitely a good, let's say, sale pitch, but also to be part of the IMD and they will get the proper level of visibility. So with that, I just want to conclude by simply saying that when we started PromoMoon, it has been a little bit a kind of isolated initiative since some time, and I think probably this year, more than any other year, we are going to try to integrate the PromoMoon in other activity of the MVA, because, of course, the promotion of new startup and new people is important, but else to give also them some continuity, some visibility, so that the people really appreciate the coaching that they are getting, of course, from the expert of the MVA and, of course, of the UJNOI. And, of course, I take the opportunity to thank the UJNOI, but, of course, I like to thank also the MVA team, which particularly Shima, Chris, and all the other people that they really had a good participation. Of course, Glavki. So we are discussing how to integrate, and we have now an industry working group, which has been just said, chaired by Satoru-san, and we're really thinking that these kind of winners should somehow get some kind of feedback also from other activities. When I will come to the conclusion, I will give also some announcement for the future. So with that, I'd like to wish an excellent event, and again, thank you to UJNOI, the participant, and all MVA. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Giuseppe, for your very kind words. Now, let me give the floor to Maxim Degtyarev, General Designer, First Deputy General Director of UJNOI. Maxim, the floor is yours, please.
Дякую. Добрий день, пані та панове, пане Рибалі, пане Вінськовський, команда та глядачі нашого заходу. Також вітаю представників Moon Village Association, які приєднались до нашої четвертої ініціативи PromoMoon, присвяченої пам'яті доктора Олександра Дегтярьова. Це пане Сатору Куросу, пане Кристоф Баскійон, пан Франсуа Дюбрюль.
Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ribaldi, Mr. Vinskovsky, teams and viewers of our event. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to the representatives of the Moon Village Association who have joined us for the fourth PromoMoon initiative for the Moon Village Generation held in honor of Dr. Alexander Degtyarev. Mr. Christophe Bonal, Mr. Satoru Kurosu, Mr. Christophe Bosquillon, and Mr. François Dubrulle.
Сьогодні ми зібралися тут для церемонії закриття вже четвертої нашої ініціативи, яка спрямована на пошук та залучення захоплених ідей освоєння місяця вчених та інженерів в усьому світі. Наша основна місія – це натхнення сучасного покоління на розвиток ідей постійного та ефективного освоєння місяця.
Today we have gathered for the closing ceremony of our fourth initiative, dedicated to finding and attracting scientists and engineers across the globe who are passionate about lunar exploration. Our central mission is to inspire the modern generation to develop ideas for the sustainable and effective exploration of the moon.
Створення нових концепцій і втілення їх у реальність стає важким завданням, коли справа стосується освоєння космосу та інших небесних тіл. В умовах космічного вакууму, невагомості та низьких температур практично всі процеси протикають не так, як на Землі. Тому, безумовно, об'єднання фахівців з усього світу для вирішення цих завдань є єдиним правильним підходом.
Translating innovative concepts into reality is a complex and demanding task, particularly in the realm of space and planetary exploration. In the extreme conditions of space, vacuum, microgravity, and low temperatures, almost all processes differ significantly from those on Earth. That's why international collaboration among specialists is not only valuable, but essential.
Ми прагнемо підтримати та підтвердити усі концепції ентузіастів, стартапів та ініціативних груп з усього світу. Я хочу подякувати Moon Village Association за організацію цього міжнародного конкурсу, а також усім учасникам, нашим експертам, глядачам, які дивляться цю церемонію закриття.
We are committed to supporting and recognizing the efforts of enthusiasts, startups, and initiative groups worldwide. I extend my sincere gratitude to the Moon Village Association for organizing this international competition and to all participants, experts, and viewers joining us for this closing ceremony.
Наші експерти ретельно відібрали 3 найкращі проекти з-понад усіх. Ними виявилися проект REG-1 команди студентів університетів Германії, проект Promising Anode Materials for Electrolysis of Silicate Oxide Melts on the Moon Інституту проблем матеріалознавства Національної академії наук України та проект MoonArc Modular Space Construction for Advanced Planetary Environments команди студентів Державного університету Аризони. Серед переможців опинились 2 команди студентів, і це дуже чудово, тому що саме талановита молодь прагне освоєння місяця.
During the course of the competition, our expert panel carefully selected the 3 most outstanding projects. These are REG-1 by a student team from Moon Experts in Germany, then Promising Anode Materials for Electrolysis of Silicate and Oxide Melts on the Moon by the Institute for Problems of Material Science at National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine, and MoonArc Modular Space Construction for Advanced Planetary Environments, EMSCAPE, by a team of students from Arizona State University of the United States. It is especially heartwarming that 2 of the winning teams are composed of students. Their success demonstrates that talented young people are eager to contribute to lunar exploration.
Керівники цих проєктів та їхні команди сьогодні з нами. Вони продемонстрували інноваційні ідеї, які роблять важливий внесок у розвиток технології освоєння місяця. І проєкти переможців в цьому році спрямовані більш за все на видобуток корисних копалин та будівництво на місяці, що має беззаперечну практичну значимість.
The leaders of this project, Walter Gemasmer, Dmitro Vedel, and Molik Solanki, along with their teams, are with us today. They presented innovative ideas that mark a significant step forward in lunar exploration technologies. This year's winning projects focus on lunar mining and constructions, the domains of undeniable practical importance.
Ми дуже раді і щасливі, що серед нас є такі креативні та талановиті люди. Також ми пишаємося тим, що в число переможців в цьому році потрапили і українські вчені. Дуже дякую.
We are honored and happy to have such creative and talented individuals among us, and we take pride in the fact that Ukrainian scientists are among the winners. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Maxim Degtyarev. Let me move to Christophe Bosquillon. Christophe, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ole, and hello everyone, and great to be here with Yuznoye and with MBA, appreciating the circumstances, especially under the conditions that have prevailed in Ukraine in the past 3 years and a half, as was noticed earlier today. We recognize three outstanding teams with three projects that it was really an honor and a privilege to review and analyze in details. And they are all game changers. Whichever problem they address, they also all have really straightforward business cases. And in some cases, they are also have applications not only on the moon, but also on Earth, which is important for business, for cash flow, but also to show that what we develop on the moon can be beneficial for Earth. And maybe that could make moon exploration and industrial development and business more accepted by humanity if people understand that what we do in space can have an enormous beneficial impact for us, and we can share those beneficial impacts. The other thing is that these projects, we will go into details later on, but they are timely, they are relevant, they are perfect candidates for international cooperation because no country, not the smartest people, can do that alone. We all need to cooperate in as peaceful and sustainable manner as possible. Otherwise, we will stay on Earth forever. So that's important. And to conclude, it's indeed great to recognize that among the winning team we have students. But even though they are students, they are already pretty mature and experienced in their approaches. I was really impressed by the quality of design of the modular architecture project, and also by the robustness of engineering for the regolith logistics solution by the German team, with very strong backup from previous work done in Japan. So those really are teams that already have an international outlook. And clearly, to be honest, the Ukraine project is probably one of the best I have ever seen, because it's a very straightforward, useful industrial solution to extract resources from regolith by way of some very astute arrangement for the electrolysis project. So really, you couldn't find more concrete, more useful projects that are really implementable in the coming 10 years, as we will see more and more, hundreds of missions going to the moon to start market and industrial development. So again, great to be here, and congratulations to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Christophe Bosquillon. Thank you, Giuseppe and Maxime once again. So with this, we end up the first part of our today's event before we move to the project's presentation. Okay, so now the turn of the project presentations by the teams and comments on them, integral comments from Yuzhny Design Office. I would like to give the floor to Dmitro Vedel to present his project, Promising Anode Materials for Electrolysis of Silicate Oxide Melts on the Moon. Dmitro and his team represent Institute for Problems of Material Sciences of the National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine. Dmitry, please.
Thank you. I will share my screen. Yeah, may you see my short presentation? Okay, thank you. Okay, the main idea of my team and our main goal is to use the rheolite from the moon to obtain the pure materials, because as you can see, there are a lot of elements that we can consume and can obtain from the moon. Therefore, we need to find out what is the technology will be used to produce the pure material from the rhyolite from the moon. We find out that the one of the promising technology from production the pure metal and other gases that is the electrolysis from the molten salt. It should be emphasized that we can use this technology in the Earth and in the Moon. Therefore, we need to find out which materials we can use from the cathode and anode. It's really important things because the new materials that used for cathode have a high cost and short services life. Therefore, our idea was create the new materials that can work at this high temperature, because the electrolytes made at a really high temperature, at the temperature 1600 degree. Therefore, not all metals we can use like anode. Therefore, we create the new materials and use it like a coating from the graphite cathode, from graphite anode, to protect it and obtain the really thin and really stable cathode coatings. And also we find out that these coatings and these materials can work at this temperature. It has a really high oxidation resistance, and we can produce the metal on metal and obtain the advantages materials like iron and alumina to create a new equipment from in the moon, and we will use it and we will use this approach to increase the lifetime of the anode and also obtain the advantageous gases to consume it during the stay in the moon. Therefore, we also use our idea to increase the opportunities to use moon sources and obtain the material on the moon from the moon. Therefore, we product a lot of technical approach, and we have a good technology that we will use in the future for our future investigation and our future exploration, not on the moon, but all the Earth system. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Dmitro Vedel. Now I give the floor to Maxim Degtyaryov for the comments on integral comments on both Yuzhny part and MVA part. Please, Maxim.
We would like to express
Вибачте. Дякую, дуже дякую українській команді з Інституту проблем матеріалознавства за проєкт, присвячений розробці перспективних матеріалів для анодів для прямого електролізу розплавів реголіту на місяці. Прямий електроліз розплаву реголіту в порівнянні з іншими технологіями виробництва корисних речовин з місячного ґрунту, що включають хімічне відловлення та високотемпературний піроліз, є більш перспективним. Він не потребує регулярної доставки витратних матеріалів з землі і може бути повністю автономним на місяці.
We would like to express our gratitude to the Ukrainian team from the Institute for Problems of Material Science at National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine for their project dedicated to developing promising anode materials for the direct electrolysis of regolith melts on the moon. Compared to other methods of extracting useful substances from lunar soil, such as chemical reduction or high-temperature pyrolysis, direct electrolysis of molten regolith holds a greater promise. Notably, this method does not require the regular delivery of consumables from Earth and can be fully autonomous in a lunar environment.
Створення таких інертних анодів для електролізу розплаву реголіту, які повинні бути стійкими до окислення за підвищених температур більш ніж 1600 градусів Цельсія та мати добру електропровідність, є складною науково-технічною проблемою, і актуальність проєкту визначається саме розробкою таких матеріалів.
The creation of inert anodes for this process poses a significant scientific and technical challenge. these anodes must be oxidation resistant at extremely high temperatures, and the relevance of this project lies precisely in addressing that challenge.
Авторами розроблена струмопровідна, стійка до окислення ультрависокотемпературна композиційна кераміка на основі боріду цирконію і силіциду молібдену, на поверхні якої за температури до 2000 градусів в окислюваному середовищі утворюється захисний шар.
The authors have successfully developed a conductive, oxidation-resistant, ultra-high-temperature composite ceramic based on zirconium boride and molybdenum silicide. At temperatures up to 2000 Celsius in an oxidizing environment, this material forms a protective surface layer, making it highly suitable for lunar applications.
Дуже важливо, що обране авторами технічне рішення дозволяє замінити рідкісні та вкрай дорогі матеріали інертних анодів на загальнодоступні завдяки грамотному науковому підходу. Проект є дуже перспективний і розумно задуманий, з великим, на нашу думку, потенціалом та явною технічною цінністю.
A particularly important aspect of the project is its cost efficiency. The proposed solution enables the replacement of rare and extremely expensive inert anode materials with more readily available and affordable alternatives, thanks to a well-founded scientific approach. And in our opinion, the project demonstrates both technical sophistication and some great potential.
Хоча на теперішній час у проекту ще немає добре розвиненої бізнес-перспективи, але ми сподіваємось, що він приверне увагу великих космічних агентств або великих аерокосмічних компаній, які прагнутимуть зміцнити свої можливості у вузькоспеціалізованих та передових інженерних галузях.
Although the business case for the project has not yet been fully developed, we believe that it will draw the attention of major space agencies or large aerospace companies who seek innovative solutions in advanced material science and resource utilization technologies.
Безумовно, розробка проєкту знаходиться ще на ранній стадії, ще багато чого має бути зроблено, але запропоновано не кінцевий продукт, а його складову частину. Тобто в майбутньому потрібні подальші роботи у кооперації. Ідея цілком працездатна, якщо буде інтегровано в місячне електролизне обладнання відповідних промислових хімічних партнерів.
It is also important to note that the project is still in its early stages, but the proposed anode is not a final product. It's rather a critical component of a broader system. It is essential to bring the concept to full maturity, and for this, continued collaboration is required, particularly with industrial chemical partners who develop lunar electrolysis equipment.
Важливо, що існує подвійний ринок застосування розроблених матеріалів, оскільки такий анод потенційно може використовуватись для виробництва алюмінію на землі, що покращить екологічну стійкість алюмінієвої промисловості.
Moreover, this material has potential dual-use applications. For example, it may be applied in aluminum production on Earth, which will offer the added benefit of improving the environmental sustainability of this global industry.
Вважаємо, що ідея проєкту може стати переломним моментом у розвитку технологій використання місцевих ресурсів на місяці. Керамічний композитний анод дозволить розробити нові місячні електролизери та місячні матеріали. Дякую, дуже дякую авторам за дуже цікавий проєкт. Дякую.
In our view, this project could represent a breakthrough in the development of technologies for in-situ resource utilization on the moon. The proposed ceramic composite anode could play a key role in enabling the next generation of lunar electrolyzers and the development of new lunar materials. We thank the authors very much for this highly innovative and technically compelling project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maxim Degtyaryov. We now move to Arizona State University. The project Moon Arc is going to be presented by Molik Solanki. Molik, please.
Hi, good morning, everyone. It is a true honor to be here to present the project. Let me quickly share my screen. Yeah. My name is Molik Solanki. I'm a student of architecture. I've been in this field for the last 10 years. doing architecture, and the team is comprised of 2 architects and 2 industrial designers, and then we compress everything together to come out to design the first step back on Moon. The Moon Arc stands for a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of sustainable extraterrestrial habitation. It is the first step back in the space exploration convinced through an interdisciplinary design initiative. The project embodies architectural innovation and the demands of industrial design to address the complex lunar exploration. We know that the Moon is both a blank slate and a relentless adversary, so we took care of the atmospheric differences. We took care of how the loneliness of the space can impact the human brain while the first mission can ever happen. Central to the Moon Arc's design is its core modular system inspired by the principle of origami. The habitat is engineered to maximum efficiency by compacting its components for transportation and unfolding upon deployment on the Moon. This fusion of the rigid shell structure as a foundation and inflatable walls for upper levels demonstrates the commitment to adaptability and resource optimizations. We took the inspirations from sounds of patterns. We learned from the basics of origami and then developed from that platform. We understood the maximum payload capacity of a rocket, for example, Starships, for example, over here, that we're using to make sure the efficiency and the feasibility part of the project. This is how the roadmap that we came up with from Earth surface to lunar surface, taking in consideration the Artemis program, which is going on currently, taking all the benefits for an efficient mission. This is the location which we plan to start the habitat from. So we go all the way to the southern point on the Moon. We are focusing on one of the biggest resources which is available, which is called Shackleton crater. We are able to see that right here. This is a Shackleton crater right there. And this is how the site plan looks, the surrounding of the site looks like. We are right about over here. In the surrounding proximities, we have areas like Shoemaker, Malapert. The strength of this site is to have the constant sunlight, the resources of water and ice, where we can do experimentations. And then the opportunities we saw, we can potentially develop the fuel production. We can do prototyping testings for further development of human presence, and even take the mission further to Mars. This is how the site plan looks like the entire process. This is where the habitat will be taken there for the first time. We have located the landing zone, power production zone, considering that 24/7, not 24/7, but 95% of the day sunlight. We have the ways to Shackleton crater. Now, all of this is carefully considered using the geographical data we can get to make sure it's all in the same level. This is how the first idea was to divide our habitat into 4 different community spaces. For example, research, community, space yard, and production. We have a research lab to produce and develop further the ideas of how and what we are doing there. The main purpose, we have the community living space where we have the quarters, the work areas, mass galleries, all connected to the central hub, not to forget the production areas where we can take care of hydroponics, and the space yards where we can go back and forth to multiple spaces. This is just one of the examples of how a floor plan could be used. This is the ground floor level where we can use an interlock chamber to travel from one module to the other module. we have a central lift core area, and the surrounding walls could be adapted to whatever functions we want to adapt. It is not necessary to have just the transportation areas. We can also convert that into a residential area, dividing the space into two, from private to public. This is how we have like kitchen, dining, so still connected with the central core. The another example over here is where we converted the entire floor space into labs. We have racks and individual workstations to develop our individual theses or research. One of the important part of the presentation here is the elevation and the section. A lot of interesting things to be noted, like we have designed structural legs thanks to our industrial team. We use solar panels wherever we can in the facade area to produce as much power as we can. We have structural legs, making making sure that the tower does not lean either sides, and the structural load can be carried from the top to the bottom through this connections in the center where the central lift core goes up. We have MMOD layers, so upper levels can be inflatable, and the central bottom one could be the hardcore module where all the furnitures could be stored. Upon deployment and getting to the lunar surface, everything can be moved from the central core to the upper levels. This is the layers of how an MMOD layers or an inflatable system can work out. This is a general system where we are considering integrating all the necessary parts, for example, HVAC, storage units, plumbing, cable trays, all of them within the floor and the ceiling system, integrating lightings as well. This is just a visionary of like how the bunk beds looks like. It is not that common to have such a spacious area, but we took care about how an astronaut, we put ourselves into their shoes to understand what all could be the requirement necessary to get a connection back to the Earth. This is just one of the examples of how a lighting can play an important factor about a positive habitat atmosphere. Great shout out to our industrial designers to take care of each and every minute details, all the way from handles to structural leg systems and even the modular lighting systems. This is how the overall concept works. So upon loading it into the cargo bay, everything will be compressed, and once it is there on the lunar surface, it will be inflated out. This is the top part of the habitat where it's called cupola. It can, in practical life, it is a control center, but here, just for a momentary relaxation, we can have a sense of connecting back to the Earth. This is how the overall development phase looks like. In the first phase, we try to have the community cluster headquarters phase research, and upon developing, we will go from 8 people all the way to 100 plus. After the finish of all the 3 phases, this is how the site plan will look like. This arrangement is also organic based on how and what are the needs after deploying the first phase. These are just the renders to see what an habitat could look like from the internal space. A galley, common areas, the central systems. And then we also took into consideration of the idea of not only developing something for the lunar surface, but something that can also be impactful and positively work for Earth, as well as also taking it to the Martian surface. This is behind the scenes team working on, and that's about it.
Okay, thank you so much, Molik. Let us now listen to the comments to be presented by Maxim Degtyarev. Please, Maxim.
Спасибо. Замечательный проект, очень красивая презентация.
Thank you. Very nice project and very beautiful presentation. Thank you.
Дякую студентській команді Державного університету Аризони за цей надзвичайно амбітний проект, який закладає передові технології будівництва, що можуть бути використані на місяці, Марсі, а також на інших планетах Сонячної системи.
We would like to thank the student team from Arizona State University of the United States for presenting an exceptionally ambitious project that envisions advanced construction technologies suitable for the use on the Moon, on the Mars, and on other planets of the solar system.
Команда пропонує концепцію створення місячної бази з використанням житлових модулів, які збираються з жорстких оболонок та надувних компонентів, що доставляються із Землі. Такі уніфіковані модулі дозволяють створити різноманітний дизайн будівель та забезпечують швидке розгортання місячної бази. Цей архітектурний проєкт є альтернативою надувним та 3D-друкованим підходам і буде дуже актуальним на етапі розгортання місячного поселення.
The team proposes a concept for building a lunar base using residential modules assembled from a combination of rigid shells and inflatable components delivered from Earth. These standardized modules enable a variety of architectural configurations and allow for rapid deployment. Such an architectural solution offers an alternative to conventional inflatable and 3D printed approaches and is particularly relevant for the early phases of lunar settlement development.
Слід зазначити, що командою розглянуто повний життєвий цикл своєї концепції від розробки до розгортання із задовільним рівнем деталізації, що є перевагою проєкту. Презентації з високоякісною візуалізацією показує багато аспектів роботи з вибору місця для місячного поселення, способів доставки обладнання та його розміщення під оптичником носія, конструкції модулів, матеріалів, опрацювання, моделювання, дизайну інтер'єрів, стратегії застосування та виконаних на високому науково-технічному та модельному рівні.
A key strength of this project lies in its consideration for the entire life cycle, from conceptual development to deployment, with a commendable level of detail. The team's presentation, supported by high-quality visualizations, covers multiple aspects of their work: site selection for the lunar base, equipment delivery and integration under the launch vehicle fairing, module design, material selection, processing, modeling, interior design, strategic application. These were all executed with a high standard of scientific and technical sophistication.
Команда продемонструвала найсильніший інженерний потенціал, проведено суттєве розрахункове опрацювання в системах інженерного аналізу.
The team demonstrated impressive engineering potential supported by extensive computational work conducted through advanced engineering analysis systems.
Однак, незважаючи на прагнення створити всеосяжну загальну концепцію розгортання місячної бази, технічні деталі розкриті доволі поверхнево, немає експериментальних даних, також відсутні публікації та патенти. На наш погляд, необхідно більше економічних прогнозів, техніко-економічних обґрунтувань, логістики корисного навантаження. Усунення цих недоліків, на нашу думку, безумовно сприятиме більш ефективному просуванню цього проєкту.
However, while the project aims to deliver a comprehensive concept for deploying the lunar base, some technical details remain underdeveloped. For example, the project lacks experimental validation and there are no supporting publications or patents. In our opinion, further development is also needed in the areas such as economic forecasting, technical and economic feasibility, payload logistics. We think that addressing these gaps would greatly enhance the project's viability and impact.
На нашу думку, для подальшого розвитку своїх ідей та представлення їх на сучасному рівні, авторам було би корисно перевірити зрілі архітектурні напрацювання та роботи з даного напрямку, такі як, наприклад, роботи господина Джона Манкінса, або, наприклад, напрацювання японської компанії з місячного інженірингу Shimizu.
In our opinion, to further refine and elevate your concept, we recommend that your team study established architectural proposals in this field, such as those developed by John Mankins or the Shimizu Corporation of Japan, who is a leader in lunar engineering.
Тим не менш, незважаючи на ранній етап розвитку проєкту та необхідність вирішення різних технічних питань в ході його реалізації, сама концепція проєкту та активність його авторів безумовно заслуговують на увагу. Технологія має комерційний потенціал та за умови успішного відпрацювання і доведення її економічності.
Despite being at an early stage of development and requiring resolution of several technical challenges, this project and the enthusiasm of its authors clearly deserve recognition. The proposed technology shows commercial potential, provided that it can be successfully tested and demonstrated to be cost-effective.
Представлений проект повністю відповідає цілям конкурсу і заслуговує, на нашу думку, найвищої оцінки. Хочу побажати успіху команді у реалізації їх ідей. Дуже дякую вам.
This submission fully aligns with the goals of our competition and, in our opinion, merits the highest evaluation. We sincerely wish the team great success in bringing their ideas to life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Maxim Degtyarev. Now we move to the third winner, which is Moon Experts from Germany. And their project REG1 is to be presented by Walter Gemasmer. Please, Walter.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I'll share the screen real quick. Okay. Can you see my screen? Perfect. Thank you very much. So, first of all, thank you for organizing this event. And I'm here today to talk about REG1, a system we designed for lunar regolith transportation. And we need lunar regolith transportation to make it possible for us to send people and also other missions to the moon in a sustainable way, because to make projects possible, such as the projects that have been presented before by the two other colleagues, we need regolith. And regolith can be used for many things. It can be used as building material, or can be used to extract metals or even water from it. But oftentimes the place where the regolith is processed or where it is used differs from the place where it is extracted. And there we need a solution for lunar regolith transportation, especially because lunar regolith and the lunar environment pose extreme challenges. And because of the necessity of the problem and the complexity of the solution, the complexity of the problem, we decided to design REG1. We took in particular precautions regarding the hazardous characteristics of lunar regolith to mechanical systems, and so we decided to implement a system that bases only on vibration and does not rely on rotating parts, which could be harmed by lunar regolith. And we also decided to implement a modular approach to increase the flexibility and the ease of maintenance of our system. We have been designing and testing our system for 3 years now with the support of the Institute of Advanced Mining Technologies at RWTH Aachen, and with the support from scientists all over the world, mainly from Germany, from DLR, with Professor Matthias Sperl, and from Japan with Professor Hiroyuki Kawamoto from Waseda University. And yeah, I'm just going to leave here our contact details for all the people viewing the event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Walter. We will now listen to the remarks presented by Maxim Degtyarev. Maxim, please.
Thank you. Хочу подякувати команді студентів Рейн-Вестфальського технічного університету та університету прикладних наук міста Ахен з Германії, які за підтримки компаній DLR та компанії HB Systems розробили проект системи REG-1 для транспортування видобутого реголіту на місяці.
I would like to extend my sincere thanks to the student team of Moon Experts EV, representing RWTH Aachen University and the University of Applied Sciences Aachen in Germany for their project REG-1, a lunar regolith transportation system developed with the support of DLR and OHB systems.
Збирання та транспортування реголіту на місяці – це одна з основних проблем, яку доводиться вирішувати під час створення технологій видобутку корисних копалин. І це робить проект актуальним та перспективним.
The collection and transport of regolith on the Moon is one of the fundamental challenges in developing sustainable mineral extraction technologies, making this project both highly relevant and forward-looking.
Автори запропонували просту систему транспортування, що працює без елементів обертання завдяки вібрації. Це надає можливість запобігти абразивному впливу реголіту на обертальні елементи та забезпечити стійку експлуатацію обладнання.
The team proposed a simple vibration-based transportation system that operates without rotating elements. This innovative approach mitigates the abrasive effects of regolith on moving parts, ensuring more stable and reliable operation.
К тому ж система має невисоку енергоємність, велику технічну продуктивність, відносну простоту конструкції, зручність обслуговування і надійно працює при будь-якому гранулометричному складі реголіту. Така конструкція дійсно приваблива для експлуатації на місяці.
Furthermore, the system boasts low energy consumption, technical efficiency, relative structural simplicity, ease of maintenance, and consistent performance across varying regolith grain sizes, which is an ideal combination for lunar conditions.
Проект REG-1 являє собою реалізацію системи транспортування реголіту, яка була досліджена паном Кавамото та іншими з університету Васеда в Японії. Обґрунтованість ідеї, інженерна методологія, та також наявний графік розробки та випробувань є гарною ознакою того, що перспективи створення прототипу протягом найближчих років.
The REG-1 project builds on the concept of regolith transport via vibrational conveyors as originally explored by Hiroyuki Kawamoto and others at Waseda University in Japan. The soundness of the concept, the structured engineering approach, and the proposed development and testing timeline provide confidence that a functional prototype could be realized within the nearest future.
Вагомою перевагою проекту є те, що подібні конвейери працюють на землі, тому математична, фізична та інженерна дослідницькі бази є надзвичайно надійними для таких конструкцій.
A key strength of the project lies in the fact that such conveyor systems already operate on Earth and offer a robust foundation of mathematical models, physical principles, and engineering practices on which to build.
Працездатність системи підтверджена в лабораторних умовах на прототипі, який був здатний транспортувати до 100 кг ґрунту за 1 годину.
Laboratory testing has already validated the system's performance. The prototype can transport up to 100 kilograms of regolith per hour.
На нашу думку, для подальшого розвитку проєкту авторам необхідно визначити енергомасові характеристики установки, вимоги до монтажу та обслуговування, енергоспоживання системи, зносостійкість, працездатність при дії крайніх температур навколишнього середовища та процес забезпечення подачі реголіту на конвейер.
In our opinion, for future development of the project, it is important for the authors to further define energy-to-mass characteristics, installation and maintenance requirements, energy consumption and thermal performance, wear resistance, operation in extreme lunar temperatures, and feeding mechanisms for regolith input.
Незважаючи на те, що система транспортування є універсальною для досягнення мети проєкту, авторам було доцільно би вирішити, якою саме технологією видобутку та обробкою реголіту запропонована система буде найбільш привабливою. Це дозволить вести розробку обладнання під конкретні вихідні дані і наблизить проєкт до його реалізації.
Although the Reg1 system is universal, the team is encouraged to determine which extraction and processing technologies the system can best support. Tailoring the solution to specific lunar in-situ resource utilization applications will help bring the project closer to realization.
Також необхідно відмітити, що розроблена система Reg1 може використовуватись як на місяці, так і на Марсі, що має сприяти і глобальній ринковій привабливості. Такі технологічні проекти без сумніву наближають етап освоєння людством об'єктів сонячної системи.
It is also noteworthy that the Reg1 system could be adapted for Martian use, broadening its potential for global application. Such high-tech projects like this bring us one step closer to establishing humanity's presence throughout the solar system.
Хочу подякувати авторам за детальні відпрацьовані в лабораторних умовах розробки та побажати їм всіяких успіхів у втіленні їх ідей. Дякую.
I'd like to thank the team for their meticulous work and successful prototype testing, and I wish them continued success in turning their ideas into reality. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maxim Degtyaryov. In fact, this ends up the current segment of our today's event, and we are ready to move to the next one, which is a voting of the winners. So, it's the most pleasant part of the event, a voting of the winners, and we would like to invite the team of the Institute of the National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine, Dmytro Vedel. But first, look at the form of the format of the certificate every winning team will get. It's on your right. So all the three winning teams will get this certificate in electronic form, and if necessary, we could provide it also in a physical form. So you can see Dmytro Vedel, Molik Solanki and Arpan Vora, and Walter Gemasmer representing his team. Congratulations, gentlemen. Very well done. As you might have heard already, everybody was very much impressed by your projects. And we really wish you a lot of success in the promotion of your projects. But you will hear some more kind words in a few minutes. Okay, thanks a lot. And I would like to give the floor for the closing address to Maxim Degtyaryov, who is the head of the Yuzhny expert team. Please, Maxim.
Друзі, хочу виразити щиру подяку Moonvillage Association, експертам та всім учасникам. Ваша участь та ентузіазм показує, що ми маємо неймовірний потенціал щодо розвитку космічних технологій. І доктор Дегтярьов завжди був прихильником амбітних починань та втілення сміливих ідей. І я пишаюся тим, що ми маємо можливість шанувати його ім'я цією ініціативою.
Dear friends, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Moonvillage Association, to our experts, and to all of the participants of this competition. Your involvement and enthusiasm demonstrate the incredible potential we share for advancing space technologies. Dr. Alexander Degtyaryov was a firm believer in ambitious endeavors and the power of bold ideas. It is an honor to celebrate his legacy through this initiative.
Ще раз вітаю переможців цього конкурсу. Бажаю всім нам не зупинятися на досягненому та продовжувати втілювати свої ідеї в реальність та прагнути нових висот. Сподіваюся, що рекомендації, які ви отримали від наших експертів, допоможуть вам на цьому шляху.
Once again, let me extend my congratulations to the winners of the competition. I encourage all of us not to rest on our laurels, but to continue pursuing our visions and reaching for the new heights. I hope the feedback provided by our experts will support you on that path.
Інші команди-учасниці та всіх зацікавлених я запрошую приймати участь в наступних конкурсах Moon Village Association і КБ Південне. Ми всі з вами знаходимося на порозі дивовижних відкриттів та досягнень в космічній галузі. І ваш внесок в це має дуже велике значення.
I warmly invite all participating teams and interested individuals to take part in the upcoming competitions that are organized by the Moon Village Association and Yuzhny State Design Office. We are standing at the threshold of extraordinary discoveries and achievements in the space industry, and your contributions are of real and lasting significance.
Дякую всім за вашу присутність на церемонії закриття 4-ї ініціативи PromoMoon. Нехай наші зусилля приведуть нас до нових горизонтів і надихнуть нові покоління дослідників, які продовжують нашу неймовірну подорож до місяця. Дякую.
Thank you all for attending the closing ceremony of the 4th PromoMoon initiative. May your collective efforts lead us to new horizons and inspire future generations of researchers to continue our remarkable journey to the moon and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maxim Degtyaryov. Now I invite Giuseppe Ribaldi for his closing address. Please, Giuseppe.
Okay, so again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having attending this ceremony. Again, thank to Yuzhny Design Office and all his team. Already said, Oleg, also you in particular, has been, let's say, the focal point for our joint cooperation since very beginning, long-standing. But now I'd like to say a few words about this team. Of course, this kind of activity, the one related to the promotion of young, let's say, involvement of the Moon Village generation, as I call it, in practical programs, it's one of the fundamental, let me say, objective also of the MVA. And like people as old as me, they can be considered part of the Apollo generation, because we had the pleasure to participate in those years, 69. You are now part of the Moon Village generation, because as you know, Moon Village, it's basically a multi-stakeholder. And so I think we need any contribution. So you have explained to us this very interesting, let's say, concept. By the way, what you see behind me is the result of what Maxim already mentioned. That is one of the activity which John Mankins, as vice president of the association, did, which is basically elaborating the concept OASIS 2045, which was also indicated to you to look, because it just happened to take place in the same area what you said. That what you see behind me is basically the Arctic's vision of indeed the Shackleton crater and the area with all the different, let's say habitat place and then landing place in other areas. So this is something which we have been working, as Maxim said already, since a few years. So you're welcome indeed to try to create synergy. What I would like to say before concluding is what I call a roadmap, because as I said at the beginning, I will simply give you some advice or possibility of how to move forward, because I think at the end of the day, that's what it counts for you, how to move forward. So the first thing, if I may suggest, is this IMD event, which anybody of you can organize together with university or without university. And there you have time till 31st of October. And so there is no problem. You just will create this event and then register, and that will give you just a good level of visibility, because IMD main event are put together and then in a report, which is then shown to the United Nations. As you know, we are an observer member of the United Nations, and we bring to them, to the delegation, a lot of this information. So that's the first point. The second point that I'm pleased to say is that, at the International Astronautical Congress, this was mentioned early in the preparation, but better to mention this also where the public is available. There is in the session D42, which is in the symposium D4, which is related to the future of space exploration, which I have the pleasure to co-chair the symposium. There is a session D42 where there is a paper precisely which has been, let's say, drafted by Shima. I don't see now, but I think she's the one that has been taking the lead there. And of course, any one of you is more than welcome to participate in this basically meeting in Australia, and even explain physically yourself if you are there this event. The other point is the Moon Village Association workshop, which is on the 3rd and 4th of December in Torino. And I am pleased to say that I would like to offer, MVA would like to offer one ticket, not for team, free ticket to participate to the Moon Village Association workshop on the 3rd and 4th of December. So we cannot invite all the team, but of course this is a good incentive for one of you to come in any case. And then if you like to bring one other, then of course then you can probably then have the registration. So this is an important maybe surprise, because it was not mentioned before, but I think we should maybe institutionalize Oleg looking to the future, that the winner, beside having all the coaching made by this event and the visibility they can get by our media, then they will be able to participate at the workshop and of course present, submit an abstract, of course, to present their concept. So hopefully they will be selected. There is no guarantee, but because there are a lot of abstract, but nevertheless, at least one of you physically can come for free. This time is not in a very far location. Sometimes we have places, workshop in far places, but this time is in Torino, so it's not, of course, for our American colleague, is a little bit far, but I think it's Europe is a central place. So that is the third element, and I hope that you will be able to accept and then, of course, to come to Torino. Then there are two elements which I think Chris and Oleg will discuss. We are working very closely with the Luxembourg Space Agency, and the Luxembourg Space Agency is promoting a lot of startup. So I would very much like, we discussed this in the past, Chris, whether how we can inject the winner of the PromoMoon maybe in one of those activities which the Luxembourg Space Agency, which is pretty much related to space resources, and many, if not all, actually, of the proposal winning were related to space resources. And by the way, there is, of course, the Space Resources Week, which is taking place, as you know, in Luxembourg every year, which is also a possibility. And then there is, of course, the working group on industry, which I said at my beginning, where eventually this kind of, let's say, feedback can be brought in. So, so I'm pleased to say, different maybe from the other years, where we were congratulating the winner, and we said, okay, basically you are on your own. I mean, okay, get on with it. Here we can give a little bit more, not too much more, but you know, I think it's at least say a promising roadmap so that you can move forward. We're very much keen that you and everybody which has done this really move forward with their idea, and they have to insist on what they believe is right. And of course, we are there also to do this as a goal of the Moon Village Association. I'm sure also Yuzhno is very much interested. So again, thank you so much for having participated. Also, congratulations for winning. And I hope that this short roadmap, which I try to illustrate, and of course, congratulations for having won a ticket, free ticket, which of course we will register. So don't be clear that this will be in due time. You will tell us the name of the person so that we can give him or her a discount code for the registration, and of course we will put it in our system. So again, thank you so much to Yuzhno and all the participants, and wish you good luck we will try to help you as much as we can. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Giuseppe Ribaldi, for your incentives offered. I think they sound very, very attractive. And I believe that our winners will consider all the offered options. Now, I wanted to invite Shima Suresh. I should tell you that Shima is really an engine on the MVA side of this initiative, but I know that she had some obligations. Shima, are you around? I can't see her on the list of participants right now. So the idea was that we are going to announce right now that the 5th edition of the PromoMoon initiative is going to take place. Both MVA and Yuzhny Design Office are determined to continue with this initiative. And traditionally, we make an official announcement during the Congress, right, Giuseppe? So most probably this time as well, we will announce this in Sydney. And then the standard timeline MBA workshop, but we can provisionally announce already in Sydney, maybe, yeah? Okay, so, and then a standard timeline will be applicable. So we assume that the project proposals will be submitted by February, March. Then down selection will take place in April, May. The final 3 will be identified closer to June, the winners. So I would like to invite you, dear winners of this edition, to spread the word among your communities, student, professional communities about the PromoMoon initiative, so that we can see even more projects next time and assure that our initiative continues and becomes more and more known in the world of professionals and enthusiasts. So now the very last words that are left for me to say, it's really my sincere thanks going first to the winners for their contribution to the initiative, and congratulations once again on having won this initiative edition. My great thanks to the experts on both sides, MVA and Yuzhny, of course, my company. Giuseppe, thank you so much for your effort to support by all the means available the initiative. I would like to thank Shima Suresh, who is absent. I have just mentioned her, but now once again, I would like to thank you very much, Shima, for your invaluable support of the initiative. Antonio, Shima, are you here? Okay, Shima, please show up.
Hello again.
I have already done your job.
No worries, thank you.
Now I'm at the point when I just address you with my sincere thanks for great work you are doing and you will be doing in the future, I hope. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you as well. And all the best to all the winners and the upcoming PromoMoon 2026.
Okay, great. And now, Glavki, Antonio, you are always very instrumental in every request we have. So thank you so much for your help and support. And now I would like to send my gratitude to my colleagues back at Yuzhny. So may I ask my assistant to show all the names of the people who were involved from the very outset of this initiative in all the doings related to the PromoMoon. Yehor, can I ask you, please, to show the list of the people, if available? In the meantime, to save time, I would like to just list and voice the names of the people, and hopefully in a couple of minutes, in a couple of seconds, the list will appear on the screen. So great thanks go to Vira Daniluk, Людмила Bardakova, Serhiy Poluyan, Oksana Savinska, Dmitro Gavrilenko, Yegor Voit, Lada Tetirko, Anastasia Barabanova, Yulia Arkhipova, Tetiana Kiseleva, Anastasia Yegorenkova, Serhiy Zakharchenko, and Tetiana Kuzenko. Thank you so much, dear colleagues. Yes, we can applaud, certainly. That is the finish of our today's closing ceremony. Thank you very much, everyone. Please stay tuned, stay with us for the continuation, and I wish you all the best in your endeavors and your personal lives. All the best, dear friends and colleagues. Goodbye.